Good. Again, good morning. All right. It's not quite as robust as the annual meeting. Good morning, but we've got a few more months to work on that before we get started. So today's exciting day. We were just talking just about the amount of change that's taken place over the last little while, and we're still seeing all of that change. But so far, so good. And it's an exciting day because I think we get clarity with regard to benefits and how important benefits are to my family. With 3 kids, I know how much, because I've heard the chair from people wanting to know with great clarity how does the new benefits offering compare to what we've had in the past and direct impact on my family, book, and lifestyle. And so we want to know the details. And so I'm really excited that today's here and we can finally speak to that and provide all the clarity that you want. So we're going to have a presentation. We've got some people dialed in online. Are we going to have an opportunity for those people to ask questions later if they're dialed in online?
D is set up on a laptop. D, are you set up?
Right.
You're set up on a laptop. As folks have questions, if they would email their questions into the HR email address, which is
HR@CompactPowerInc.com.
Normal address, and they'll email questions into D. D will be monitoring those.
So you heard that. If you email in to the HR email address, D will be monitoring those emails and will ask your questions once you get through the presentation. Speaking of which, we've got D, Nicole, and Don from the SSE up today, who are going to be talking about benefits, walking us through a detailed presentation and handling all questions. So without further ado, hand over to Don. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here. I've got a little bit of a strange setup with a phone on the microphone. I can't say I've ever done that before, but hey, first off, I want to welcome you guys as fellow Home Depot associates. Really excited to be here. This is my first time in Fort Mill. Nicole's been up before, but very excited to talk to you guys today. We're going to cover a few things because we are at crunch time for signing up for Home Depot benefits, which is going to start next week. And we have done a lot of work working with Vanessa and the leadership team to hopefully make this as smooth a transition as possible for you so that you preserve the same level of benefits and really great benefits that you had with Compact Power. But you guys will be excited because we have a whole range of new benefits that you'll be eligible for that we're excited to talk to you about today. So our goal today is to cover what you need to know to get through the enrollment next week, which will be for the remainder of 2017 benefits. We are also available to answer questions, and we're not alone. We brought back up from the medical plan with Anthem, the dental plan with MetLife, also Vision, CVS Pharmacy, and then we have a representative from our Benefits Choice Center along with me and Nicole to answer any questions that don't relate to those programs. So lots of help to answer the questions that you may have. So without ado, I'm going to turn it over to Nicole, and I'll be back up to talk in a little bit.
Good morning.
You advance?
All right. My nation is a little bit off. However, good morning, everyone. Like Don said, we want to go over in detail for you the benefits that you guys are going to be eligible for beginning 10/1. So the first thing we want to talk about are some key dates. First of all, on Monday, September 11th, you guys will be able to go onto our livetheorangelife.com website and begin to enroll in benefits. So we find a lot of the same information that you guys are seeing in the enrollment guides that you actually have in hand that are actually going to be mailed to your home addresses. The same information that you'll be able to see online. So when you get ready to enroll on 9/11, you can go onto the livetheorangelife.com website, or you can actually call our Benefits Choice Center and actually speak with the Benefits Choice Center representative for any questions you might have. Next, benefits are effective October 1st. So one thing I want to point out for that is that it applies to anyone who was hired before July 5th. If you're hired after July 5th, your benefits will start on your 91st day of employment. That's just a key point that I wanted to point out. Enrollment will remain open until October 12th. So benefits will start 10/1 if you choose to enroll. However, you do have until October 12th. So what does that mean for you? Actually, we want to encourage you guys to enroll as soon as possible. If you go enroll on 9/11, what's going to happen is all information is going to be sent over to our benefit providers, and they're going to mail you ID cards. So if you go to the doctor on October 1st, you'll have those ID cards in hand. Until, say, the last day, October 12th, what's happened is if you have to go to the doctor on October 1st, you're going to have to pay out of pocket and request reimbursement. So we strongly encourage you guys to enroll as soon as possible. Like earlier, this applies to benefit for the remainder of 2017. So we know, guys, your plan here was on a different time period where I think it ran from October 1st to September 30th. Home Depot benefits are on a calendar year. So essentially what that means is that your 2017 benefits will end on December 31st, 2017. We have another open enrollment for 2018 benefits. That open enrollment period November 1st to November 17th, and you actually receive materials in October related to that enrollment. So to take away, for 2018, enroll as soon as possible, just in case you have to go to the doctor on October 1st. Benefits will start on 1/2018, and you'll receive information on that in October. I want to mention is who's eligible for the Home Depot plans. Your spouse and your children are eligible for the Home Depot plans. In 2017, any children that you enroll into the Home Depot plans will be subject to the dependent verification process. So what it means is essentially you just have to prove the relationship between you and your child. So you'll get communications in the mail requesting information such as your certificate showing you as a parent. If you don't have that available, there are other alternative methods that you can provide. But that's really key to know that you'll be subject to that dependent verification process. And very important that you return those forms and provide the information requested. Otherwise, you're to be subject to drop coverage. So it's very, very important to respond to that. The other item I want to point out is that in 2018, there's going to be change to spouse coverage. So what does it mean for me? What that means is that in 2018, you are only able to cover your spouse in the Home Depot plans if your spouse cannot get coverage elsewhere. So if your spouse works for another large company who offers medical coverage, your spouse would need to get coverage from that employer. This does not apply if your spouse works from Home Depot, if they work part-time, if they're self-employed, if they're retired. It does apply in those cases. Or they work for an employer with less than 100 people. It only applies if they work for a company that offers coverage with more than 100 associates. What does that mean for you in 2018? If you used to cover your spouse, we will subject them to the dependent verification process. The same thing that you would have to do for your children in 2017, you need to do for your spouse in 2018. So examples of information that we'll request from you is, for example, a copy of your marriage certificate. And if you don't have that, there are alternative forms that can be provided. The thing that I will point out is that everything that I'm talking to you about, like I said, is in those enrollment guides. But also we've created a website for you guys that I believe the wrestling team sent out earlier this week, and livetheorangelife.com/CP. Related to the enrollment guides or looking for information related to the dependent verification process, all this information can be found online. So next, medical, that I know a lot of you guys are wondering about. So we make this transition as smooth as possible. Something we recognize is, like I pointed out earlier, our plan years are different. Yours ended September 30th or will end September 30th. Ours is a calendar year. So we realize that a lot of associates have already met deductibles, have already met out-of-pocket maximums. So essentially what we're doing is we're offering you guys our Go PPO plan. With our PPO plan, we're waiving things. So deductibles, all pocket maximums, all office visit copays are waived for 2017, as long as you go to an in-network provider. So the cat is that if you go to an in-network provider, which are tools available on the website that will let you know who an in-network provider is, you won't pay anything out of pocket for 2017. So that should be a very, very good thing. So that's not only for medical, but that's also for prescription drugs as well. The prescription drug slide that essentially says everything I just said previously. Everything is 100% covered. You won't have to pay anything out of pocket for prescription drugs as long as you go to an in-network pharmacy. The pharmacies that we use for our prescription drugs are CVS, Walmart, the Kroger. There are a lot of stores associated with Kroger and Sam's Club. Those are in-network providers, and they pretty much have coverage across the U.S. It's just a slide that's showing what the medical payroll deductions are per pay period. So these are weekly per pay period deductions. These are the tobacco-free rates. What I want to point out to you guys is that we have tobacco and tobacco-free rates. It's very, very important that if you are tobacco-free, that you certify this during the enrollment process so you ensure that you get the tobacco-free rate. So what does tobacco-free mean? It means that you have not used any of these products listed for a period of months and don't intend to use any of those products for the rest of 2017. If you can certify that, then you're eligible for the tobacco-free rate. What I will point out is that you will have to recertify for 2018 as well. And the tobacco-free rate, it isn't right now, and I can't come back and get the tobacco-free rate. For some reason, when you enroll, you've only been tobacco-free for 3 months, and then you go another month and you say, hey, it's been 4 months since I used any tobacco products. You can actually call the Benefits Choice Center to get the tobacco-free rate. It would be on a go-forward basis. So we wouldn't go back and give you the tobacco-free rates, but we would change them on a go-forward basis. Another thing I would mention is that we do have a program that's available for those associates that would like to be tobacco-free, which is called Quit for Life, and it's free for all associates. This is just a slide of frequently asked questions. I won't go over all of these questions in detail, but I will point out a couple of key points. One, if you are currently getting care for a specific condition, or if you have been authorized for a specific procedure in the future, you will not have to go back through the certification process for any of that. Actually reach out to Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they will be able to ensure that everything transitions smoothly. if you have any questions about that, we have our provider outside, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, that can answer any questions related to transition of care. The other item that I'll point out is related to the health savings account. And you guys have a health savings account with Compact Power. For the rest of 2017, you will not be able to contribute to a health savings account because in order to be eligible for Home Depot health savings account, you actually have to participate in a high deductible health plan, making that available for these months because, like I said, we want to bridge the gap and make sure that you guys don't have to pay out of pocket for any services for the rest of this year. But at the beginning of 2018, we will offer a high deductible health plan. So if you guys will enroll in a health savings account again, that option will be available in 2018.
Nicole, can I now just iterate something on the health savings account? If you're enrolled in the health savings account with Compact Power right now, you will continue to have deductions through the end of this month. So deductions will continue through the end of September. And as noted in one of the attachments that I sent yesterday, you can continue to use those funds for medically qualified events indefinitely. So if you have an HSA with Capital Bank today, contributions continue to the end of September and definitely until you've depleted that account, no matter how many years now that is. You can continue to draw on those funds for medical qualified related expenses.
Yeah.
Just quickly, so I don't know which one of you would prefer to speak, but this might be a good moment in the conversation to lean into the course of 2017. We've got the goal plan, and then 2018 will be the opportunity to first of all, again, but to look at multiple plans, and just to speak to that in a little bit of detail and why.
Yes. So, Richard, for those on the phone who may not have heard what Richard was saying, Nicole's going to speak a bit about what the actual one medical option is for 2017, and then the fact that we have a variety to choose from in 2018.
Yep. Yeah, so to that point, what I talked about previously was for 2017, we're offering the one plan where you guys won't have to pay anything out of pocket as long as you go to an in-network provider. In 2018, we will make available a high deductible health plan that is similar to the Compact Power plan today. In addition to that high deductible health plan that we're making available, we also make available all of the other medical options that are available to Home Depot associates. So in 2018, you'll have the ability to choose between a similar Compact Power high deductible health plan will also still continue to be offered through Anthem. And then you'll also have the option to choose between all of the other Home Depot options. And all of the other Home Depot options, we essentially have 4 other, in addition to the similar Compact Power plan, we will have 4 other medical options. One of the medical options will be the Gold PPO plan, which is the plan that you guys will be eligible for this year in 2017. The only difference is none of the things will be waived that I previously said. So the copays, the deductibles, out-of-pocket maximums, it'll be our standard Gold PPO plan. So previous slide where I essentially showed you guys that, for example, the deductible is $750, but it's scratched out and it's reflected 0 for 2017. In 2018, for example, if you enroll in associate-only coverage in the Gold plan, the deductible would be $750 if you actually chose that plan. But in addition to the Gold PPO plan, we have what we call the Silver Plus PPO plan. And the difference between those two is it's more of a co-insurance plan versus a copay plan. And we also offer 2 additional high deductible plans. So Richard and the rest point, you'll have a lot more options to choose from for 2018, but we also want to make sure that you still have access to a plan that's similar to what you have with the Compact Power team today.
And that's add. So that did not added that plan in recognition of a plan that we already have in place.
Yes, to stand up and make sure that you say these things so that they can hear you online too. But this is all, to me, this is all really important, and it comes down into the weeds really fast. And something happens in your family and you have to take advantage of it. You let it roll off your back today. It all sounds kind of confusing, but I really recommend strongly that you understand this. You take the time to really understand this, and some are going to ask questions today. Some of you are going to go away and come back with additional questions and want to get answers to them. And I would say, as you can, get questions to us. It helps us on the different fronts. Number one, so when the Home Depot welcomed Power in the Home Depot family, there was a promise made to us that was no one go backwards. Okay, we want to do everything we possibly can to ensure that we can take care of people from a compensation standpoint, from a benefit standpoint, from an opportunity standpoint, right? Nobody go backwards. Yes, that the amount of opportunities available to us from a career path, all of that have enhanced tremendously people's compensation carries over correctly is fairly simple. When you do benefits, it gets tricky. We just had one plan, right? Kind of plan that you can kind of work with and dial it down, right? Home Depot has
4 plus the one that we're going to offer you guys, so 5.
Right. So some components to our plan, the plan that most closely aligns with our plan is the gold PPO, right? And so we said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go with the gold PPO for 2017 for everybody, so that nobody has to, while they're trying to understand all this, nobody has to make fake and find out, oh, I didn't know that, right? Everybody's going to be gold PPO for the end of this year. We had an issue where I guess there's a out-of-pocket, kind of maximum resent plan that wasn't on our plan, and we said, well, that makes a difference. We've got some people already, already hit the maximum, and they need to start paying now, and that's a difference. And the Home Depot came back to us and said, well, that doesn't work. That's not in line with what we said. So we're going to make sure that we waive that for this year. And in fact, we're going to create a plan next year that has no limits, right? So if who wants that same plan, they can get that plan. Or they can get the PPO that you're going to get used to for the rest of this year that have some limits, right? Or if like looking at your family's situation, this is a very personal decision when it comes to benefits. You look at it and say, well, gosh, we're at a place in our lives where we don't have kids, we have a lot of draw care. I feel like the silver plan is a better fit for what we need in our lives. We can put that extra money that I'm not paying towards healthcare to work for something in our lives. So is choice a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing, right? You get a chance to more custom pick plan that suits your family, right? But between now, since it's already September, if you believe it, October, November, December, in 3 months, we'll be Christmas dinner, right? I mean, it's on the corner. So 3 months to get used to this gold plan and to understand what the silver plan and the other plans are all about, and make a decision for 2018. Right? And that's pretty good. And if you want the same kind of coverage you have now with Compact Power, you can have that. You can sign up for that. And so you got 5 options for next year. And that would be good because, you know, but you want to be standing there for 10 minutes at the buffet trying to decide because it all looks good, right? You're knowledgeable about the plan and make sure you're picking the right one so you don't have any surprises. That's where we want to encourage you to like get that. And if there's something that we missed, you got to bubble it up to us. You got up to Vanessa or somebody that you feel comfortable bringing it up with. Because if there is a detail or a wrinkle or something that we missed, we need to know about. We need to know about it now because we want to do something about it. We're working really hard to make sure that we bring you the best way possible. We give you the best options. And so I encourage you, do not take this packet and stick it under your mail and address it in a couple months from now. Like, now's time. You're here today. You're online. You're listening. On hand. And, you know, understand what is being covered now and understand what your options are going to be for next year and start asking questions in advance so you don't have to learn it all from scratch next year. Okay? Is that cool? Does that help? Right. That's funky. Ever seen that?
Yeah. So, please, afterwards, after this presentation, if you go back later and say, hey, I thought about XYZ after I left, our Benefits Center is available to answer any questions that you guys may have. Like I said, we also have our providers outside if you have really detailed, specific questions that they would be able to assist you with as well. Let's talk about the Healthy Living Credit. You guys are eligible for our Healthy Living Credit, and essentially what that is when you go through enrollment, you'll be asked to complete a questionnaire. If you complete that questionnaire, you'll be eligible for a $12.50 weekly credit. So that goes against what you're going to be paying out of pocket for medical. So I would encourage you guys to definitely go through and answer that questionnaire. So late in the year, the only thing that you guys have to do is answer the questionnaire. But actually, there are 3 parts to the Healthy Living Credit. So for 2018, it's answering the questions. Also, we have what we call a hidden health risk screening. Essentially, we'll come on site, or you go to one of our Quest diagnostic centers. And we do testing, for example, cholesterol, blood pressure, things along those lines. And we don't get your information. It's specifically kept between you and Quest. However, that is the second part for our Healthy Living Credit. The third part is after you complete the questionnaire, after you complete the hidden health risk screening, you'll get what's called an action plan, and you'll be required to complete 2 on that action plan. So it could be anywhere from going to get your annual physical to basically looking at a video related to blood pressure or healthy eating, anything along those lines. So in 2018, I just want to point that out. The credit the Healthy Living Credit, there are 3 steps to it. But like I said, I would encourage you guys to make sure that you participate so you can ensure that you get $12.50 credit each pay period. About our 24/7 care plan. So this is a plan that's free for all of our associates enrolled in medical. And essentially we offer it through 2 providers, Doctors on Demand and Teledoc. And I understand that you guys use Teledoc today. The main difference between the 2 providers is Teledoc, you can call on the phone. Doctors on Demand, you can do through your computer, through a video, or you can call them on the phone as well. So like you guys know, if you don't want to go to a doctor, if it's just something, real quick, or even not, you can, in your sick that specific day, you can just reach out to Teledoc or Doctors on Demand, and they can help you out. The one thing I'll say is that you'll have to choose between enrollment, but the main difference between them is one is phone and video. Now, medical payment plan. So essentially, the medical payment plan, it actually pays you a cash benefit if you have to be to a hospital. in addition to being admitted to the hospital, you have to stay in the hospital for a certain number of days. So you can see you're admitted to the hospital admission, you get a cash benefit of $1,000. For every day that you're in the hospital up to 100 days, you get a $100 cash benefit for each day. The thing that I will point out is that this is specifically for full-time associates. For part-time associates, there are other options available as well, where essentially instead of this applying to like one time a year, applies if you have to go to the hospital, say, for 2 times a year. So it's just the amount of coverage that's available. Next, we have our dental plan. So we offer 3 different dental plans. One thing that I would point out with the dental plans is the main difference is between the $500 plan and the other 2 plans. With the $500 plan, you'll see that major care and orthodontia is not covered. Otherwise, with the other 2 plans, the items are covered, and they're just covered at a different percentage. That's the main difference that I would point out as it relates to the dental plan offered through MetLife.
Well, can we pause here and see if there are questions, because we've covered 3 big areas, the medical, the dental, and the health credits, et cetera. So can we pause and see if there are questions now?
Sure.
Sure, and before we read the questions, let's be clear. If you have general questions that you think will benefit the whole group, ask them in this setting. If you have individual questions about your own situation, we have representatives here afterwards. It's probably more appropriate to have those representatives.
Yep.
We hold just a minute, Marie. Do you have the mic, Ashley?
Yeah.
Have you paused one until we find that?
Yep.
Yeah.
When we have to do the dependent verification for children, can cover our stepchildren.
You can cover your stepchildren.
On the dental, when it says MetLife 500 max, they only pay 500, or is that going to be what you pay?
You can pay 500, so that's the maximum bit.
Okay.
Any of us that have a spouse that is covered by Medicare, is Medicare supplemental plan available?
We offer a Medicare supplemental plan.
Do you have any?
We'll get to you.
Questions from the HR box. One is in relation to the Capital Bank HSA. So everyone here, will be able to close Capital Bank accounts themselves once the fund is depleted?
They'll get communication from Capital Bank. Is that correct?
So for everyone on the phone, you will get communication from Capital Bank and you to close your account.
And just one thing I add to that, if you choose to enroll in one of the Home Depot high deductible health plans in 2018, you're eligible to roll over your HSA with Capital Bank into the Home Depot HSA. So that is an option that's available to you guys as well.
And the other question was, if the employee chooses to opt out enrolling benefits for the remainder of 2017, they need to do any additional certification other than the dependent certification, like physical, etc., when they decide to enroll in 2018.
So decide to opt out for 2017. There's nothing they would need to do for 2017. When they choose to enroll, if they choose to enroll in 2018, then everything we talked about related to the dependent certification, what you need in order to do the healthy living credit, all of that would apply for 2018. So that's when it would be required. Also, the one thing I'll point out is Donna's going to cover it a little bit later, but there are other plans that you can enroll in at any time of the year that are not specifically like medical, dental, vision related, such as the 401k and ESPP, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the presentation.
I was also say for life insurance, evidence of insurability for life insurance, if you choose not to enroll during the initial enrollment period, different rules for evidence of insurability if you enroll in a later enrollment.
Mm-hmm. Other questions?
Thank you.
Okay. First, we have our vision plan. So we offer two options for our vision plan, a 120 and a 150 plan. The one thing I'll point out with our vision plan is that with the 150 plan, if you need glasses like me, everything is covered in full as it relates, well, up to a certain, benefit amount. For example, $150 for frames. But everything related to the lenses and things along those lines are covered in full. So, like I said, we do offer two different vision plans. This is our critical illness protection plan. So this plan pays a lump sum benefit if you experience something, unfortunately, like a heart attack or anything along those lines. It would pay a lump sum benefit depending on the coverage level you select, anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000. There are a whole list of conditions where this applies. Some conditions, if it were to happen, you receive the cash benefit at 100%. For the other conditions, it would be 25% of the benefit amount that you elect. So the one thing that I'll point out with the critical illness plan is that if you do something like getting an annual physical, or if you, with our Healthy Living credit, if you get the hidden health risk screening, you are eligible for a $75 reimbursement through the critical illness plan. A lot of times, this actually covers the amount of your per pay period deductions. So it's a great benefit to enroll in, especially with the $75 offset. Let's talk about spending accounts. So we have two types of spending accounts, the dependent care and the healthcare spending account. So you guys are familiar with the dependent care account. That's something that's offered through the Compact Power Plan today. So, of course, if you have to pay for any child care related expenses, you can be reimbursed through dependent care spending account. This is on a pre-tax basis, so of course you get tax savings from enrolling in the dependent care account. The second spending account that we offer is the healthcare spending account. So the healthcare spending account is a little bit different from the health savings account. With the healthcare spending account, if you choose to enroll, you can use that money to pay for medical, dental, vision expenses. However, the money is use it or lose it. So with health savings account, it carries over year to year. With health spending account, if you elect to put in $2,000, but you don't use that $2,000 by the end of the year, you actually lose it. So a key distinction between the health savings account and the health care spending account. The other item I'll point out is for 2018, if you choose to enroll in a health savings account and say you want to enroll in the health care spending account as well, the health care spending account would be a limited account. So what it means is that you have to use your health savings account for medical expenses, and health care account could only be used for dental and vision expenses. That's a key difference if you're looking, like in 2018, if you look to enroll in both of them. But like I said, the main thing I would point out is that these accounts are use it or lose it. So if you choose to enroll, you want to make sure that you're able to use that money by the end of the calendar year, so December 31st. The one that I'll point out with spending accounts are actually just for this year, that 2020 is going to be a short plan for you guys, only 3 months. So although you can enroll up to $5,000 in the Dependent Care account and $2,550 in the healthcare spending account, you can say account that you're at the end of the year, you're only going to have 3 months worth of payroll deductions. So depending on your situation, you may not want to enroll for the max amount. Like I said, that money is use it or lose it. Over to Don.
All right. I'm sure everybody is with every detail so far, but I got a few more things to cover. We'll take a quick commercial break and go away from enrollment and talk about the flu shot program we've got coming up. It actually starts next week. We offer flu shots to anybody in the company. All you need to do is go out to livetheorangelife.com/flu is the website and download a flu shot certificate. Take that to any of our 60,000 participating pharmacies, and again, that's the CVS, Walmart, Kroger, any of those pharmacies, and get your flu shot for free. And that runs from September 11th through November 3rd. It's very important to do that to protect your health and the health of the people around you. So if you're so inclined, definitely take advantage of that program. Of course, you can, if you're enrolled in the medical plan, you can always do that at your doctor's office too, but that, requires an appointment and doing all that goes into that. So real convenient and easy just to get the certificate and go do it in one of the pharmacy network pharmacies. So I want to talk about life insurance and AD&D insurance. And this is another one of those areas where we really tried to bridge what you had at Compact Power and sure it was accounted for at Home Depot. One of the nuances is Compact Power was paying for your insurance in these areas up to certain levels, where at Home Depot you have to enroll in the coverage. So everybody's familiar with the offsets, the benefit offsets that we're adding to people's pay. Accounts for areas like this where you're paying through payroll deductions something that was prior paid by the company. Yeah.
A very important point for us to highlight.
So Don just mentioned offset for benefits. Remember, Richard mentioned earlier that certain things were promised as we came into the Home Depot family, and we make sure that nobody went backwards in regard to their benefit options or their compensation or anything. So what we did, because when you go into 2017 for the balance of the year, everything's going to get covered, waived in regards to out-of-pockets or deductibles, right? So we don't have to do that for 2017 on benefits. As it relates to going to 2018, if there's any type of offsets that there's a difference on your compensation because these packages you choose is going to be more out-of-pocket, be different cost of that benefit. The premium is a different cost. Break that up in your compensation. Everybody is going to, on your base compensation, everybody is going to get a statement in the next week, and that will outline exactly what that means for you. Okay, so you're offset on what you added to your base pay. So that keeps you whole for where you were right now. Okay, does it make sense? Yeah.
This is applicable to the rates that are in place right now.
Right.
Not necessarily January the 1st, but as we transition over into Home Depot now, there'll be an adjustment to adjust pay match.
So Norman, just for anyone here online, is based on your pace right now. Okay. So a statement that you get, I'll say, here's your current, here's your date with your. Okay.
Oh, new phone here. So in the comp statements you're going to receive next week have your name on them, your job title, says what your current pay rate is, and what your new adjusted pay rate will be with the offset added in. So the offset is dependent upon, number one, what benefits you are currently enrolled in. So, for example, if you're enrolled in family coverage for medical today, but you're enrolled in dental coverage at all, then your offset is going to be based upon what pays for family medical coverage under the Compact Power Plan and what you would pay for family medical coverage under the Home Depot Gold PPO plan. Today.
Not January.
The difference for the year would be added to your base pay. So despite what you roll in next year, that base pay has increased and continues. You choose not to enroll in a comparable plan next year. But again, what's critical to understand is that it is determined off of what you are currently enrolled in today. The offset is related to medical, dental, vision, basic life insurance, STD, and LTD.
That's
LTD.
Covered it.
So those are the plans that the offset, and you'll see on your statement, it says benefit offset, I think.
It's also on there. There's one other nuance. If you were in the 401k plan,
yes.
There's an additional amount for any match that was missed.
Eric, question? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Gotcha. Yes, lots to cover there. So this happens to be one of the areas that's covered under that offset. So Home Depot actually has a few different decisions you'll want to look at for life insurance. A basic life insurance that we offer with evidence of insurability, it's $20,000 for full-time hourly associates, $50,000 for salaried associates. We have a supplemental life insurance plan that you can enroll in, and this is what we accounted for when we did the offset. Enroll in up to 10 times your pay, arranged so that there is no evidence of insurability requirement if you enroll in up to the greater of 3 times your pay or what Compact Power was providing you under the Compact Power plan. So those are the two insurance plans that you can choose for yourself. In addition to that, we have dependent life insurance for your spouse, up 10 times pay, and then we also have child life insurance that you can purchase as well, all through a payroll deduction on the Home Depot side. A nuance for Home Depot is you'll have to sign up for accidental death and dismemberment separate from your life insurance. So there'll be another enrollment choice you made, and you can draw up to 10 times pay. Insurance is tricky, so certainly I would encourage you to look in the benefits guides for all the details around how insurance would work, life insurance. Disability, so we mentioned disability is another area that's going to be covered in the benefits offset. For Home Depot, it works slightly different whether you're full-time hourly or salaried. So for hourly associates, you will be paying for it through payroll deduction. As prior, it was covered by Compact Power, and the cost will be covered in the offset. You will be opted into short-term disability during enrollment, but you'll have the option to opt out. The unless you opt out. The key on short-term disability for hourly associates is you're paying for it with after-tax dollars now, so the benefit you receive will be, if you had to receive a benefit under it, would be tax-free. So the key nuance on short-term disability. And then if you want to sign up for long-term disability, you need to have signed up for short-term disability. And for most places, there are a couple state exceptions that are covered in the guides. We're slightly different in that Home Depot covers the cost of short-term disability for salary associates, so one part of the offset, but it'll be covered just automatically for salaried associates. The key salaried associates during enrollment is you make a decision whether what he's paying for the premiums is you want to be taxed on that amount. So if you're taxed on that amount, that means that the benefit, if you had to get a benefit from it, would be tax-free, or just be taxed on the benefit if you get it. That'll be a decision that you'll have to make during enrollment, and more information that'll be available for that as you go through the enrollment flow. Now let's talk 401k. So we're excited about our 401k program, and it's going to work slightly different than Compact Power 401k. Not going to enroll in this through the normal enrollment for medical and dental and vision that we've been talking about. You're going to enroll online on livetheorangelife.com. You can do that also beginning next week on the 11th. So our 401k program has a company match, and you know, I'll be honest, I look at Compact Power statistics, and not a lot of Compact Power associates on the whole are taking advantage of the 401k and getting the match. I would strongly encourage you to take advantage of that free money that the company's offering and look at the 401k. It's really the best return you're ever going to get on your investment. So the way Home Depot's match works is it's 3.5% matched dollars if you contribute up to 5%. And it stair steps up. On the first 1% you contribute, Home Depot kicks in 1.5% of your and so that's the best return you can ever hope for, 150% return on your money. Definitely we encourage people to, if you got to do anything, just do 1%. And then it stair steps up to 3.5% if you contribute up to 5%. So definitely take advantage of that. Now, some of you saying, well, hey, Compact Power, didn't they offer a 4% match? They did. As a generous benefit, we're at 3.5%, but offer a lot of other exciting features about our 401k that I think really offset that. And the first thing, if people are familiar with the funds, Home Depot being a gigantic 401k plan, we have really, really low fees on all the fund offerings. So $5 on every fund you have access to, you'll have a lot lower fees that you're paying. So that's interesting to check out if you like looking at that sort of stuff. We also have managed accounts for you. If you want a professional to manage your 401k investments for you, we have access to that. We have a lot of do-it-yourself tools if you're so inclined to help you just figure out how you want to allocate your assets. So a lot of things to check out related to 401k. We certainly encourage you to do so. But again, really encourage everybody to take advantage of that free money that the company gives away. Purchase plan is another really, really great financial benefit that we offer. In a nutshell, employee stock purchase plan says you can purchase Home Depot stock at a 15% discount. Awesome. I don't know if you guys have been tracking our stock price, but just at really close, we may be at all-time highs as of today. I haven't seen the stock price today, but up in our all-time highs. Home Depot is a great company. The stock purchase program is a way for everybody to participate in ownership of the company and do it at a discount. Again, really great use of your money if you're so inclined to invest that way. Example up on the board, the way our program works is it's divided into 2 6-month periods throughout the year. So the next you'll have to enroll will be for the program that runs January 2018 through June 2018. And you have up until the middle of December to enroll in that. You specify % of your pay that you want diverted to the ESPP stock purchase program. Each period that gets put into an account, the cash is put into account, and then at the end of the 6-month period, it purchases the Home Depot shares with the amounts that you built up at a 15% discount. So you can really see the tremendous value there. It's essentially getting a huge return after a 6-month waiting period. And gives everybody a chance to be an owner of Home Depot and participate in the dividends, which are great. All program to look into that's available now to you. Reimbursement, another really great financial program for people who are in school or looking to go back to school. It's available to everybody who's got 90 days of service, which should be most everybody in the room and on the call. Varying levels of benefits depending on your role with the company. Salary have an annual benefit of $5,000 that can be reimbursed. $3,000 for full-time hourly and $1,500 for part-time hourly. The way it works is you take class, you complete class, you set your grades and your documentation, and we match or we reimburse up to 50% of all the eligible expenses. It's an awesome program. On to that, if you're thinking about going back to school, we just started a benefit with a company called EdAssist. EdAssist is an advisory service that, say you're trying to go get an accounting degree and you don't know where to go or how to go about it, they will help you find the right program to help you get through in the most time and cost-efficient manner, as well as they've got a network of over 200 colleges and universities where they have discounts with. It's an absolute win to use that service and get yourself in the best program for you and take advantage of the discounts that they offer. Also offer adoption assistance to people who are looking to adopt, a financial assistance package there as well. you guys see all this small font, so I probably don't need to even talk. This is a great one. It's in the guide. Backup care, college coach. Backup care is awesome. Say caring for somebody. It can be a child. It can be an adult elder, your spouse, or yourself. Say you have surgery and you need someone to come and help you in the house. Backup care is a program where you can get somebody to come either to your house to care or go to a center for care where normal care is not available. Say your babysitter calls and cancels, or your daycare center is shut down for some reason. This is a great program to use in a pinch to bail you out. And it's for children, but also adults if you're caring for parents. It covers elder care as well. We also, in addition to that backup kind of like emergency care situation, we have can get us a city, which is a service that helps find screened providers, babysitters, nannies, elder care, access to that. A program called College Coach. If anybody's got children who are looking to go to college, College Coach is a one-on-one advisory service that can assist with the whole admissions process and financial aid, navigating how all that works and helping you get everything submitted properly. A good program there. Accounts. On TheOrangeLife.com, we have a portal that goes out to an associate discount site where you take advantage of, well, discounts on products, ranging from the most popular cell phones. Anybody got a cell phone? Of course. We have discounts on cell phones with AT&T and Verizon and Sprint. We have discounts on travel, restaurants, other products. So not only is the discount site itself great, they also have one of those loyalty type programs. They call them WOW points. Every purchase you make through the site, you accrue the WOW points that can then be used to purchase more things on the site. So it looks like your credit card points. But a really cool program to make a habit of checking that site for big purchases or any purchases and really accruing those WOW points and kind of the power of that compounding interest, so to speak, together for you. Personally, I made a mistake when we put the slide in the deck because it says 10% off, but we just negotiated a better deal and have 15% off. But let me tell you about Purchasing Power. Purchasing Power is another site where associates can go to purchase items. What Purchasing Power does is you pay it back through payroll deduction, which is really cool and really powerful. You make your purchase, you get your 15% off discount by being with the Home Depot, and you pay it back through payroll deductions. You can pay it off up to a year. So there's no interest on each payment. There's no fees. There's no balloon at the end. So really convenient for a lot of our associates. A really cool program. And again, it says 10% up on the board, but we just negotiated it up to 15%. So definitely check that out. So we covered a lot, but there's so much more. LiveTheOrangeLife.com. Again, that's your repository for everything Home Depot benefits. We've got representatives here from MetLife to talk about some other things we didn't get to. We have discounts on home, auto, renter's insurance. We have a legal services plan that you can sign up for. We have a service called Root Companion, which is, if you have a car down, you call the number, they come help you out. So tons of things to check out in addition to what we covered today. So excited for you guys to really take advantage of all the cool stuff that we can offer you. To recap, before we get to questions and answers and give you a chance to talk with the reps individually. Again, for the rest of 2017 kicks off next week. It runs for a month. The benefits will become effective on October 1st, and then we will do it all again in November for your 2018 benefits. And again, we got the Benefits Center phone number up there. Always a resource to call and ask your benefits questions too. And then we have the LiveTheOrangeLife.com website up there, and that's where it's all housed. So without further ado, let's turn it back over. So much to cover, and then still.
Do you see anything on those additional benefits that you weren't expecting that you're excited? What do you think? Come on, John, what did you see? Option 4, that's really relevant. Do you see something that's cool,
that's an awesome one. And quite frankly, there's a lot to cover with backup childcare. We would love if you guys were interested. They will come out here and set up in the break room and have to answer questions whenever. So Vanessa, why don't we can definitely get them out here. They'd love to come and talk to you guys.
Yeah. Chris. Yeah, like I wanted to highlight all those benefits. First of all, coffee, and when you have some time to actually understand, go through the documents that you have, get on orange slides, become familiar, because there's a lot that can benefit you unless you're aware of it. The tree falls in the forest and it doesn't make a sound. That doesn't make a sound. And if you're not aware of it, it doesn't exist, right? It's all there. So you just need to take some contact with digest it. The thing that is really exciting is that stock purchase program. And for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you really take a step back with me for a second and think about, one of the great things about being in compact power for the past however many years has been that we've been growing this business. And it's exciting. Every year we get together actually here, kick off our managers meeting and talk about what is our goal for the coming year and are we going to, we're going to turn ourselves to trying to hit that goal and have their plans and pay plans, how hitting that goal and all that. Very exciting. Well, part of that still exists, right, in terms of we're having our pay plans with us and we have the same mission motivation for those roles. But now we have opportunities every day based upon what you do to actually move the stock price. Actually own stock and move that stock price, right? And also, in terms of like Kat and I, she's like, hey, we get a discount because she's propping up and stuff right now. She's got more time with the tech guy that she does with me right now. And there's this box and I'm like, look, let's start funneling all of that through the Home Depot. Let's work with people, this is our team, this is where our come from. And if we can move, the stock price through our efforts, through our purchases, through anything that we do every day, that's a great thing. But to be able to buy stock with 15% discount, I heard this some statistics on NPR the other day, and we're talking about this part of the country and wealth building, and how most people, when you talk to people, say, how are you doing economically? They'll talk about how much money they're making in their salary. But what we want to be talking about is our net worth, assets versus how much we owe, right? And this is a great way to start building wealth for the future. And actually buying stock of a great company that produces a dividend. And maybe you can talk about the dividend. Is it dividend? Can it be reinvested or does it get added to your pay? Or how's that?
Yep, nope, that's exactly right. So, and this applies for the employee stock purchase plan. You get the shares bought. If you're holding them when we pay a dividend, it goes to your account there. You can choose to cash out the dividends, or you can choose to have them in Home Depot stock that builds on itself, and then you get dividends on the dividends, and it goes on for everybody. Yeah, it's quarterly.
Yeah, so based on how well we're doing as a company against our goals, the directors and Craig and Carol will get together and say, we want to get everybody who owns stock a dividend. And if you buy stock, it's already bought it at 50% discount. You got it, some money coming out of your account all the time, and it's growing, and it's growing. That dividend that comes to you quarterly is larger. You can choose whatever you want to do with that dividend, and then the stock continues to move. That's very exciting. A lot of people, this is the first time they're going to own stock, and that's that's super exciting. It's a great bet. I can't underscore how awesome that is.
Yeah, no, that one I try to bring anybody and everybody I can talk about. Absolutely.
Great. What questions?
I'm going to hand this off.
We've got questions that have been emailed, and first is, if I found automatically covered on October 1st, if I enroll in the Home Depot
It depends on the benefit and what they elect. But yes, the spouse can be covered under the medical.
Question?
A quick question to follow up on that.
Hold on.
Provide evidence on the first, you're married, this is bound.
Not for the 17, not for the 2017 planners.
18 will.
For 2018, we'll go towards a spouse. Well, in 2018 we're going to do a spouse eligibility audit, company-wide.
So I did not participate in Compact Power 2017 medical coverage. We are still enrolled in the Home Depot 2017.
Handling 17 if you weren't in Compact Power, yeah, you will have the opportunity to absolutely, yes, that will change. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes to that question. Next is the Home Depot 2017 gold PPO weekly reduction amount going to change in 2018?
Yes, it will go up in 2018. The company.
Yes, but the answer is yes, there will be changes for 2018. And final question is around teledoc. Under the Compact Power teledoc benefit, we are not required to be enrolled in medical coverage. Why are we required to be enrolled in medical coverage under the Home Depot plan? Because that's the way the plan is
set up.
It's that plan that, that's the way it is that we recognize it as different. But there are also a lot of great things that we currently don't have under the Compact Power plan that you're going to get access to.
Don can answer that, but look, in order to pay for benefits, we need many people, right, to come together. That's how we afford benefits. The more people who are together, the reason that the Home Depot plan is more broad and wide and has more to it is because there are 400,000.
Yeah, depending on time of year, upwards of 400. Yeah.
So in ways that we struggled with in the past, as you can imagine, we've been over the years trying to increase the kind that we can offer all of us, and people who are signing up for the plan are the people who've got conditions and lots of stuff going on, and then we've got a whole bunch of brand new, young, healthy employees coming in who are like, nah, I don't want to sign up for that plan. And that creates, you can that creates pressure. So, you can't pick and choose, to be honest. If you want to participate in the benefits of the plan, we need to be all in, and we need to participate, and contribute. And we benefit from that. We can expand the people we have. We can expand benefits to more people that we have through the plan.
So the fees will go up in 2018. And you also mentioned that there are combinations and people being whole based on the increase in
That's yeah.
So that is the increase that we're going to experience in 2018. No.
Yeah, so the thought is you put everybody on level footing to where you are at the time of the acquisition, and then from that point forward, we're all Depot associates, and we bear any of the cost increases together.
There's a question about 401k vesting.
Yeah.
There's a question about 401k vesting.
In terms of
just talk about what the vesting requires.
Sure. For Home Depot, it's 3 years to be vested in the match for Home Depot. But for the Compact Power, you take it all over with you. You're vested in the Compact Power. Anything you had with Compact Power.
For the 3 years vesting, you get credit for service at Compact Power.
Yes, for all benefits. Yeah, your hire date with Compact Power is going to be treated as your hire date.
On husband credit, if your spouse is enrolled, does she have to do the 3 days Another just employee.
The spouse would as well, and again, that's for 2018. Yeah, that's correct. The spouse would have their own login, their own checklist, their own three things. Two, the other three things, they choose two of the three things. Correct.
Not true.
No, not true.
On the short-term, on the disability part of it, does it cover short-term and long-term disability for salary employees?
Short-term and long-term disability for salary associates.
Well, if your spouse and you have created this information, will
let's look at the benefits guide on that one. Do you know have any nuances on that?
Yeah. Well, I say if you enroll in short-term or long-term disability when you're first eligible, you're going to have coverage. So it would be for, of course, anything that happens, 10 or after. With the disability plan, we automatically enroll you in those plans. If you choose to opt out of the disability plan 10-1, and then say you want to enroll in 2018, then that would be subject to the carrier guidelines. So that's one thing that I would point out. You definitely want to think about staying in the plan versus opting out, because if you opt out, you will have evidence of insurability after that point.
If we wanted to get personally his question, who would he speak with?
We don't have some of them.
So,
yeah.
So we have some questions in.
Questions from the HR box. The first question would be, if employees covered on their spouses insurance for some reason they lose coverage, would that be treated as any other life event, and they will be able to then enroll into the Home Depot?
That's right. Yes, that would be a status change if you lose coverage on your spouse's plan. You have 30 days to enroll.
Okay. And the second question was with the discount program. If you already have a membership to, let's say that the Home Depot offers an additional discount, will you be able to receive that, or you have to have a new account?
There's probably something specific they're thinking of there, but I can say that everybody's got access to the discount on that discount site. Every associate does. So I would imagine they would be able to take advantage of what we offer, but there's something specific behind that one.
Okay.
You would set up your own account for livetheorancelife.com with your own password.
How do you get that back?
You set up your account.
Okay.
I just say, do you have an account? No, and then you go through and you'd answer some questions about your, probably data hire.
It's the last four of your social and your date of birth, and then your hire. And once you answer all that correctly, you'll be prompted for a user ID and password, as well as creating some security questions.
Go for just a minute. The conversation that's happening is for clarification. For open enrollment on Monday, when people go out to live the Orange Life to do open enrollment, are they going to be required to enter their date of hire with Compact Power? So we're going to address that, because I can guarantee you most of our associates do not know their data. How many people in this room know your date of hire? Look at you. You're great. I know month I was hired.
And I'll be specific. So the rules are different if you go online or if you call, but when you're prompted for your day hire, it's only the month and the year. So that should help a lot of associates, hopefully. You can look on look at you. You work in HR? So someone said you can look on ADP and see what your date of hire is. So there you go. Don't wait until next week to do it. Go on the ADP and check and see what your date of hire is, and I'll do the same thing. Or ask Ashley and Cindy.
Do not ask Ashley and Dee. Go on to ADP and check. Okay. Another question in the room? Oh, John.
The current compact or HSA plan. Do I understand correctly? There's more Friday pay periods that an employee can direct any money toward the HSA plan. And just we're done because there's no HSA plan.
For this year, and then next year, if you sign up for an HDHP plan, then you'd have access to our HSA. Any HD plan? HD, high deductible HDHP.
What is that normal income from the medical plan?
We'll have 3 levels of HDHP for Compact Power. We'll have the 2 legacy Home Depot ones. It's a bronze level, which has a bronze and silver, and then you'll have the one we're setting up for Compact Power. Sign up for one of the 3 plans, the HSA will be available. If you sign up for a PPO plan, you won't have access to the HSA, but you will have access to the healthcare spending account, which is a different style of pre-tax savings.
Question here.
For the 401k plan, once we elect, what we want to do is the PNC one going up.
Closed, it'll stick you until you zero it.
Right. So if you're enrolled in the PNC 401k plan through Compact Power now, you'll be receiving communication from PNC regarding the status of your 401k. So you cannot actually make contributions to that account now, but you got options around what you can do with that account going forward. But that correspondence will happen directly from PNC to you. I'd say there are those of you that kind of open mail for a month at a time or something like that. Lots of nodding like me. You need to open your mail every day for the next couple of months, okay? Please open mail for the next couple of months, because you'll be receiving communication. Another question.
Be able to roll our PNC 401k to Home Depot.
Absolutely. Opportunity to roll it over to our plan, which you can do. Keep it with PNC. You can move it to a IRA, got an IRA. But yeah, absolutely have the opportunity to roll it over to Home Depot.
The Home Depot purchasing power, is that 50% a one-time thing, or is it ongoing?
Going on every purchase, you make it on purchasing power.
No discounts in the store.
That thing, I tell you, we do surveys from time to time across the whole Home Depot, and for being of time, that's been the most popular request. We need to get a discount in Home Depot. And for a number of reasons, we don't do that. But
now there is the exception to that. Is the veteran discount. Your active military.
There's a military discount, but not a Home Depot associated discount.
And is it active military?
It's active. I think it's just. Is it active, non-active?
It's non-active.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's non-active, so veteran or active military, and that report is like 30% of employee bases.
Oh yeah, great.
Yep. Yeah.
Benefits decrease if you do not stay in network for dental and vision?
Certainly, you end up paying more out of pocket, yes, if you go out of network.
Yeah, I received from Orange Life, it looked like a payroll credit card in the mail.
Mm-hmm. The SA spending account credit card, yes. So if you've got the health spending accounts set up, then you can use that to pay in the doctor's job is, and it goes right against your spending account, so you don't have to go out of pocket. Yeah.
That's HCSA, not the
So for the HSA as well. No, I'm sorry. Just HCSA. That's right.
How are we doing? Come on, you look like you're going to question.
There's about 50%.
Yeah.
I must have missed what that 50%.
On purchasing power.
Purchase or
Yeah. Purchasing power or. So it's a website. It's a shopping website is essentially what it is. You go to a shopping website, and the benefit of it really, the discount is good, 15% off their prices, but it's federal deduction is how you pay for it, and so that's really convenient. To set up payments over a year, not have any interest, late fees, balloon payments, that kind of stuff. So I think I lost the phone, or we're getting some of the buzz through. Maybe we need to conference them in.
Just if I can reiterate a couple of things as we head to closure here. First of all, thanks very much to Nicole and to Don. So let's give them a hand. And for the providers who are going to be out in the lobby and answering some questions, I want to say again, it is critical that you spend time. And for those on the phone who I had several emails saying, where's our package? She keeps referring to a package. So what Don is referring to is the email I sent out yesterday. It has 2 links in it, and it references the guidebook. That's exactly what we're looking at in the room. And the slideshow that we use today, along with the audio, will be posted on the HR SharePoint site tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll send out an email message just reminding people where you can go. In addition, next week, all associates will receive at your home address, or the address that we have as your home address, you'll receive a hard copy of the guidebook along with your personalized compensation statement. Really, that you spend time with your family going through all of this information online. And if you have questions, contact the Benefits Contact
Benefits Choice Center, the BCC, we call it.
Yeah.
800-555-4954. It's also in the book. So
yeah, it's going to be critical that you contact that center. So the reason is those are the people who are the experts in these benefits. I can promise you that as well-intentioned as the HR team here would be, Ashley and Dee and myself, we're not the best people to try to answer your questions about the Home Depot benefits right now. If you have questions about the compact power benefits and those coming to an end as a part of the end of the plan year, absolutely contact us. But questions related to the Home Depot benefits, please use the experts, which is the contact center. Anything else?
The opportunity and more than Home Depot.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. And really, it's up to you. Don't be passive about this. You really gotta understand it. You gotta be informed. You gotta match up your fits to your family's needs, and so really get informed, dig in, understand it. And by the way, if there's anything that I just asked a question, I didn't get an answer, it doesn't feel right, bubble it up. Right? Because we want to know if we miss something. Seriously, we want to know if we miss something so that we can make it right. It's really important to us. So if you're online or on the phone or you're sitting here and something that we missed, you stumble upon, call me, call one of us up because we make it right. Okay, good? Any revelation in the last 30 seconds that we need to? Okay. Don, Nicole, thank you. Really appreciate it. Baressa? Yep. Thanks everyone online for participating. Appreciate it.
I'm trying to
right, those shows are going to run up. I guess they'll have to do that.
I know I don't know why they don't have to run up and do that, but